So if Sally had this much money and wanted to buy 6 pieces of gum for 20 cents a pop, then how much does she have left? Man, I don't know. See, this is what I don't understand. Why did Sally want to buy gum in the first place? I mean, she could have bought a whole lot of other things with that money, and now I need to help her figure out how much she has left.
January, I don't think the gum's the issue. I mean, it'll actually help you later, but here, you just need to focus on the numbers, okay? So add the price of the gum together and then subtract it from the amount of money she had.
Okay. So
you can do it.
I have $1.60.
That's right, you
Boom.
did it. I
Yes.
knew you could do it.
Man, thank you so
Math
much for the
champ.
support, Alexis.
Absolutely.
I really needed it.
You know, I just felt like I left you hanging last time. I mean, I just wanted to make it up to you, really.
Oh, pish posh, don't worry about it.
I know, but I feel bad. I haven't always been there to help you when you needed it, and I wasn't able to keep your secret that one time when you asked.
Oh, it's okay. We all make mistakes. I made a mistake last week too, but I had to learn that good friends forgive each other. And you're a great friend, Alexis. You know, as we sit here and chat about it, I just hope this show is a good reminder on how we can be more faithful or reliable, more caring, and forgiving to others.
Oh, I mean, it really has been.
And plus, you're always the best supporter.
Oh, thanks, January.
You know, this reminds me of our main point today. God's love helps me be an encouraging friend. I really needed a bit of encouragement today to get me through something that was really challenging for me. You know, math.
Yeah, and I'm sure you all have felt that way. And a word of encouragement from someone at the right time makes all the difference.
It'll give you confidence when you feel down.
And it'll make you feel loved through tough times.
Encouraging words will let you know that you are not alone.
That's awesome. Well, let me ask you guys, how do you feel when someone encourages you? Think of a time when you really needed to be encouraged.
Bro, you weren't even close, man. That wasn't even like on the right side of the goal. The field is back here.
Man, that was really mean. That makes me not want to play anymore.
Now, we all know we should encourage people, so why don't we choose to do it? Well, sometimes we get jealous, or we want to show people how good we are at something, so we put other people down so that we can build ourselves up. However, this is not how we're supposed to live. Hebrews 3:13 talks about encouragement, saying, "But encourage one another daily as long as it is called today, so that none of you may be hardened by sin's deceitfulness." As we read the Bible, we see that Jesus is the perfect example of what an encourager looks like. He takes the doubting and gives them faith. He takes the weak and makes them strong. And he takes the hopeless and gives them the hope of salvation. And God encourages us to live out the call that he designed for us. Just like Jesus, we too can be encouragers. We can encourage people through our words and our actions. And when we encourage people, not only does it make them feel good, but it makes them want to go and do the same thing. Now, let's go back to the field and see how Kyle applies what we've learned about encouragement.
Hey, dude, it's okay that you missed. I mean, we all miss some. Just, keep your foot over the ball and you'll get the next one.
Thanks, man. I'll give it a shot.
Hey, great shot, man.
Hey, Kyle, thanks for the encouragement, man.
Let's go shoot some more. Yeah, man, let's go.
Hey everybody, we're out at the track again. Grab your buddy, because today we're racing doubles. All right everybody, today we're racing with the twist. The driver's gonna have these blackout glasses and he can't see a thing.
How many fingers am I holding up?
5?
Not even close. The other teammate has to give instructions from the sidelines with this walkie-talkie. You guys ready?
Yep.
Ready?
Can't see a thing. On your marks, get set, go! Wow, what a turn of events. This time, Sydney takes it over Carson in this doubles race. Sydney, how do you feel?
I feel good, Najee. You know, I have my girl Frances in my ear. She was keeping me on the road. Hey, nice win. Nice win for the doubles.
Carson, today was a little disappointing for you. How do you feel?
A little frustrated, but I think Sydney froze our gas. I think that's why we lost, but I don't know.
Oh, claims of tampering. We're going to check on that and get back to you guys next time.
This is Paul. Paul's life just got turned upside down. He was a Pharisee who was trying to please God in every way, ever since he was a little boy. So when a new idea or something came up that was against his custom, he got pretty upset, even to the point of hurting others. At the time, Paul didn't accept Christians and thought they were a threat to God. But what he didn't realize is that he was actually fighting against the same God he was trying to please. Yet an encounter with Jesus himself changed everything. From that point on, Paul turned his life around and started following Jesus with his whole heart. The Christians were afraid of him because they thought he was coming to hurt them. But instead, he began to preach the good news in that city. That made some of the Pharisees very angry. They had the same mindset that Paul used to have. But now, they thought that Paul was the dangerous one, threatening their faith. So they started to look for a way to kill him. But Paul was always one step ahead and found out their plans. His enemies watched the city gates day and night, determined to catch him when he tried to leave Damascus. Paul and his friends had other plans, and God wanted Paul to survive so he could tell everyone about Jesus in other cities as well. This was their plan. They got a large basket, large enough to hold a man. They tied ropes onto the basket and lowered it down to the ground on the inside of the city walls. When it was dark, Paul got into the basket, and his friends raised him up, put him through an opening in the wall, and lowered him down to the other side. He didn't use the city gates at all. His enemies' plans were destroyed, and Paul left the city in safety. He went from Damascus to Jerusalem, but the Christians there were afraid of him also. A good man named Barnabas stood up for Paul and told the Christians that he really had changed. They were encouraged, and Paul was accepted by them and preached all over Jerusalem. But it became dangerous there also when the Jews from Greece tried to kill him. He fled from one place to another, escaping the enemy. And next, his friends took him to Caesarea, and then sent him off to Tarsus, his hometown. Paul had some incredible friends like Barnabas, who stuck with him when things became difficult. Barnabas was so faithful to Paul and hung out with him even though it was quite dangerous. This story shows us that good friends are always encouraging, that they stand up for each other, and that they help each other no matter what.
You know, this series has been really useful. We've learned through God's love we can be faithful, caring, and forgiving friends.
And now we just watched a great example of how we can be encouraging friends.
We followed the story of Paul, and in particular, the support of one of his friends. His name was Barnabas.
Barnabas literally means son of encouragement.
We often always focus on the main characters in the story, but if it wasn't for Barnabas and his uplifting words, Paul would have not been able to do the great things he was able to do.
It's true. I mean, think about it. Do you know someone who seems to know exactly what to say or do to make you feel better?
Yeah, maybe it's one of your parents or a good friend like Alexas here. But this story should help us all be better encouragers by speaking more uplifting words and complaining less.
When Paul desperately needed encouragement and a friend, Barnabas was there.
It was Barnabas who saw that God had chosen Paul for a purpose.
Barnabas safely brought him into Jerusalem to the apostles and showed his support for the man who had previously been an enemy.
And throughout his journey, Barnabas kept seeing a need in others, and he was the support to lift others up.
That's such a good point. Barnabas saw a need. You have to be aware of what's going on. You have to be aware of God's love so that you can be there for others at the right time.
So true. We see a need in someone else and then try to help them out with encouragement and generosity.
You know, we can only be great encouragers if we are humble and put our faith in Jesus.
Barnabas was simply focused on seeking God. What I mean is, when we follow Jesus, when we are reminded of his love, when we are reminded that he's a plan for our lives, we become better friends to others.
So as a challenge, let's all try to reflect on what Jesus has done for us. And every day, look for ways to help others around you.
And when you see a need, speak uplifting words or write them a note or do something nice.
And just like Paul needed to know he was supported to continue with his mission, so do your friends. They need to know that you are on their side. It will help them through the most difficult situations.
So remember, God's love helps us be an encouraging friend.
Thank you, January.
No, you, Alexis.
No, you.
No, you.
No, really, January. No, you are definitely the most encouraging person
you.
I've ever met.
Okay.
You definitely